श्री प्रभुपाद की जय हो। कल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर जी का अपीयरेंस डे है, इसलिए मैंने उनका प्रणाम मंत्र भी कर लिया। हरे कृष्ण। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन, यशोदानन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन, यमुनातीर वनचारी, यमुनातीर वनचारी, यमुनातीर वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, जय राधा गिरिधारी राधे, जय राधा गोविंद राधे, जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा, गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय, निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल, जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव, जय जय गुरुदेव। जय प्रभुपाद की जय हो, गुरुदेव भगवान की जय हो। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Now I am doing the hymns of the Indra, remaining sloka from 9. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो। तवावत तवावतारो यम मोक्ष अधमोक्ष देह, भुवो पराणामुरुभार जन्मनां, चमूपतीनां भवाय देव भवाय युष्मा चरणानुवर्तिनाम्। You descended into this world, O transcendent Lord, to destroy the warlords who burden the earth and create many terrible disturbances. O Lord, you simultaneously act for the welfare of those who faithfully serve your lotus feet. नमस्तुभ्यं भगवते पुरुषाय महात्मने, वासुदेवाय कृष्णाय सात्वतां पतये नमः। Obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Great Soul, who are all-pervading and who reside in the hearts of all. My obeisances unto you, Krishna, the chief of the Yadu dynasty. Swachandopat Dehaya Vishuddha Jnana Murtaye सर्वस्मै सर्वबीजाय सर्वभूतात्मने नमः. Unto him who assumed transcendental bodies according to the desire of his devotees, unto him whose form is itself pure consciousness, unto him who is everything, who is the seed of everything, and who is the soul of all creatures, I offer my obeisances. मयेदं भगवन् गोष्ठ नाशाया सारवायुभिः चेष्टितं विहते यज्ञे मानिना तीव्रमन्युना. My dear Lord, when my sacrifice was disturbed, I become fearlessly angry because of false pride. Thus, I tried to destroy your cowherd community with severe rain and wind. तस्येषानुगृहीतोऽस्मि ध्वंसस्तब्धो वृतोद्यम ईश्वरं गुरुमात्मानं त्वामहं शरणं गतः. O Lord, you have shown mercy to me by shattering my false pride and defeating my attempt to punish Vrindavan. To you, the Supreme Lord, spiritual master and the Supreme Soul, I have now come for shelter. Shri Shuka Uvacha Evam Sankirtita Krishno Magona Bhagavan Muma Mega Gambiraya Vacha Prasin Idam Abravi. Sukdev Goswami said, thus glorified by Indra, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, smiled and then spoke to him as follows in a voice resonant like the clouds. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya te kari Magavan Makabangonu Grunata Madanu Smrute Nityam Matasyendra Shriyamrusham. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Indra, it was out of mercy that I stopped the sacrifice meant for you. You were greatly intoxicated by all opulence as a king of heaven, and I wanted you to always remember me. Mameshwarya Srimandandho Dandapani na pashyati tam pranshayami sampabhyo yasya chechanu madvanugraham. A man blinded by intoxication with his power and opulence cannot see me nearby with the rod of punishment in my hand. If I desire his real welfare, I drag him down from his materially fortunate position. Sloka 17. Gamyatam shakrabhadram va kriyatam menusasanam Siyatam swadhikareshu yukteva stambhavarjite. Indra, you may go now. Execute my order, and remain in your appointed position as King of Heaven. But be sober without false pride. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki jai ho. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai ho. Thank you for so wonderful Seva Prabhuji. Hare Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, I welcome all the devotees. I'll first start with the invocation prayers, then the recap, then Samta Mataji will commence lesson 59. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं जीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Now we will offer our obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the six Goswamis of Vrindavan. नमो महापदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नमने गौरवत्रिसे नमः. O most beneficent incarnation, you are Krishna himself appearing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden color of Srimati Radharani and you are widely distributing pure love of Krishna. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Krishna Varnam Tasha Krishnam Sangopanga Parsadam Yagge Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Sumedasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. नाना शास्त्र विचारण के निपुणौ सद्धर्म संस्थापकौ लोकानां हितकारिणौ त्रिभुवने मान्य शरण्याकरौ राधा कृष्ण पदारविंद भजनान आनंदेन मत्तालिकौ वंदे रूप सनातन रघुजुगौ श्रीजीव गोपालकौ. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis of Vrindavana, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of the divine couple Sri Radha and Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayat Nasta Prayesu Avadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare. With this, let us start with the recap of lesson 58, which was covered by Mataji yesterday. It is a long lesson today. That's why I'll be asking the questions and the answers can be given in one or two words or maximum one sentence. So let us go to the uh, I have actually underlined the important portions. Now, the first question is why Indra was very furious when Krishna persuaded the Brajavasis to worship Govardhana and not worship Indra.
Because his sacrifice had been put aside.
Yes. What did Indra imagine himself to be?
Controller, supreme controller.
Controller.
Supreme controller. What did Indra think about the Brajavasis?
Indra thought about Brajvasi has become arrogant or because of more prosperity. Mm.
Yes. And what is meant by Indra's stupidity and arrogant pride?
His anger
Yes, his stupidity and arrogant pride implied his anger. That is, Nanda and others accepted Krishna as their Lord and not Indra as their Lord.
Indra. Yes.
Now, what is the name of the clouds Indra summoned?
Samvartaka clouds.
Samvartaka clouds. Okay, next. Indra was inimical about whom?
Krishna.
About Nanda, all the senior Nanda, Upnanda, because they considered Lord as considered Krishna as Lord.
Okay. What
उनका
does
उनका शेल्टर लिया क्योंकि कृष्ण का शेल्टर लिया इसलिए वो बहुत ही गुस्से
yes,
थे
yes, yes, yes. What does Sridhar Swami say about the criticism of Indra?
एक्चुअली
Indra was not criticized.
सरस्वती माता इज प्रेजिंग द लॉर्ड ओनली
Yes,
भले वो इंद्र उनका क्रिटिसाइज करता था मगर प्रेज ही था सरस्वती माता
yes. What did Indra want to achieve?
Indra wanted to give, there was a arrogance of pride in the Brajvasis, so Indra wanted to destroy that pride.
He wanted all the animals to die with massive
Yeah.
rainfall.
Yes, yes, he wanted the animals to die. Let us go to the next slide. The fifth slide. What is the name of the carrier of Indra?
Airavat.
ऐरावत
Airavat.
Elephant.
Airavat. Just a word about Airavat. As per Ramayana, Airavat was born to Iravati, a descendant of Kashyapa Muni, whereas as per Vishnu Purana, Mahabharata, and Bhagavad Mahapurana, Airavat was born from the churning of the milk ocean. And what are the characteristics of Airavata? It has got 4 tusks. Okay, the next question is, what are the names of the winds Indra used?
Ava Prabha.
Avaha and Prabha. Next question is clouds, rain, water, and what else?
Hails.
Hailstones. Okay, the clouds took what else with them?
Group of 49 winds.
49 winds. We heard the story yesterday. And why Indra wanted rains in Braja and not in Mathura, though Mathura is very nearby?
It
He
is
wanted to
he
keep
want the
friendship
friendship with the
Kamsa.
He wanted to please Kamsa. Okay, let us go to slide 6. What happened to the animals and cows from the excessive rains and wind?
they became
shivering
shivering.
they become shivering
They were shivering from excessive rain and wind.
wind
And what did the cows do?
They reached to Lord Krishna, his lotus feet.
They approached Lord Krishna for help. Okay. 8. Okay. What was the reaction of Krishna?
कृष्णा ने सोच लिया कि ये नक्की काम इंद्र का है बिकॉज ऑफ हिज एंगर इसने ये फॉल्स प्राइड की वजह से ये गुस्सा किया है इसलिए उसने ये सब भेजा है बारिश
Okay, he understood what was the origin. Okay, now we go to slide 9. How Krishna thought of counteracting Indra? By his which power?
Mystic power.
By his mystic power. He said, I'll completely counteract his disturbance. Then what was the effect of goodness in Indra's character?
His pride vanished.
His pride did not affect
And anger. both vanished.
Okay. How Krishna wanted to bring relief to the Brajavasis? What did he think? His aim was to relieve the Brajavasis. Okay, we go to slide 10. What did Krishna decide?
Krishna wanted to protect his devotees, so he lifted the Govardhan and gave a shelter.
Gave a shelter. Let us go to the next 11. Then what did Krishna do thereafter? He picked up the Govardhana hill with one hand
Yeah.
and held it for 7 days and 7 nights, just as easily as a child holds up a mushroom.
Yes.
Okay, how did he lift Govardhana?
Krishna easily picked up the Govardhana because it said that Krishna, since it touched the Govardhana hill, so it was already static and it was kind of floating. So he just picked up effortlessly and lifted up.
And his which Shakti?
Another dhatu.
Lila Shakti. Lila Shakti.
His Lila Shakti helped all this. Then we go to next slide. Slide 12. In his address to the Brajavasis, what did Krishna say?
He addressed all Brijavasi, O mother, O father, O residents of Brij. If you wish to, then you may come under my this Govardhan hill.
That means he lifted the Govardhan hill and requested everybody to come under the Govardhana. Now, who else besides the Brajavasis and the cows came under the umbrella of Govardhana?
Cows, there were cows and others also.
Yes, besides that, who
The
are
ferocious animals and birds
big
and
animals, birds, deer, hawks,
deer and all.
other animals, anybody and everybody who was there in Braja, they were invited to come there and take shelter of the opportunity of Krishna lifting the Govardhana hill. Then slide 14. What did they eat and drink in those 7 days and 7 nights?
Krishna forget to eat and drink, and he had no hunger, no thirst.
Yes, there was no requirement of eating or drinking. Now, what was the size of Govardhana as per the comments of Acharyas?
8 yojan, 8 yojan.
8 yojanas.
1 yojana or 8 miles or about 12 kilometers.
8 miles. 1 yojana, 8 miles.
Even when you go around Govardhana nowadays also it is 21 kilometers. Okay, Krishna was facing whom while he lifted Govardhana?
He was facing everyone.
He
All
was facing everyone, that is correct. And then we go to slide 15. When Indra saw Krishna's exploits, what did he think and what did he do?
Indra became astonished seeing Krishna as a child.
Yes. And what did he do?
He pulled down from his platform of false pride and his intentions thwarted.
No,
So he
that
ordered
will
his
happen
clouds to
later.
desist.
That will happen later, but he immediately stopped the rains.
Yes.
Now, when the rains stopped, what did Krishna say to the Brajavasis? And what did the Brajavasis do?
कृष्णा ने कहा कि अभी आप सब अपने घर पे चले जाइए, अभी फ्लड खत्म हो जाएगा और अभी डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, अब सब शांत हो जाएगा.
And you give up your fear. The winds and rains have stopped. you go back to your homes with the cows and the other animals. And that's what he said. Then we go to the next slide 16. How did the Brajavasis greet Krishna?
They are greeted according to their individual relations with him. Some embraced him and some bowed down to him and so forth.
Yes, as per their personal relationship.
Relationship.
And then we go to 17. What did the mothers and Balrama do?
Mother
Mother
Yashoda,
and
Mother
Balram embraced Krishna.
Yes, and what did the demigods do in heaven?
Offered flowers from the sky.
From the skies. And the others, that is the Gandharvas, Siddhas, Charanas, they sing the praises of Lord Krishna.
This
and
same
showered down
song.
flowers.
Showered flowers. Okay, what did the gopis do?
They returned their homes singing the glories of Krishna regarding lifting of Govardhan Hill.
And the Lila of Krishna totally surprised them. They were very much happy. So with this, I finish the recap. Now, Samta Mataji, you can start.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dhanvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. The blessings of Sri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada. Let us start today's class. Seek blessings from Charu Prabhuji, Sharad Prabhuji, and all the assembled devotees. So today we will do the concluding part of Govardhan Lila, which is the third part. In this particular session, we will be covering two chapters. That is chapter 26 and chapter 27. So both these chapters have two themes. So let us see what will be covered in today's class. So in chapter 26, we will be covering 25 verses. Here, after the Govardhan Lila, the Brajvasis were so blissful, so ecstatic during the Govardhan Lila. They were so absorbed with the exchanges with Lord Krishna that they did not, at that time, they were just stunned. They did not think anything else. But after returning home, they started pondering that how did he do such a amazing feat? How did he just carry the Govardhan mountain? And they were confused whether Krishna was like, is he a normal human being like us? And if he is so, how did he take birth among us? So they went to Nand Baba for these doubts. And this is covered from verse 1 to 14. In the second theme, we will say how Nand Baba convinces the Rajvasis and he reveals Krishna's divinity as per what he had heard from Gargamuni. That will be covered from verses 15 to 25. In chapter 27, we will see the Indra's hymns, which we have been doing in the Kirtan session yesterday and today. And in the second part of chapter 27, we will see that Mother Survi comes to perform Abhishekam along with Indra, and they name Krishna as Govinda. So this will be covered in today's class. Hare Krishna. So, recalling Krishna's activities, his activities were not ordinary. The Vrajvasis, they approached Nanda Baba because they were wondering how could Krishna take a birth among us? We are ordinary cowherd men. So Shukdev Goswami, he starts his narration. He says the Vrajvasis were astonished when they saw Krishna lifting the Govardhan hill, and they could not understand his transcendental potency. Hence, they approached to Nanda Baba. Here, Sanatan Goswami and Jiva Goswami say that Shukdev Goswami, he starts his narration with two reasons. One reason is there was a possibility that when the Brajvasis realize that Krishna is Lord, he is the Almighty God, there is a possibility that their love for him might decrease after knowing his godly might. And he wanted, Nanda Baba wanted to increase their love for Krishna, and hence Nanda Baba wanted to clear their doubts. So, when the Brajvasis saw Krishna's deeds, his deeds were extraordinary. Here they are mentioning the previous deeds also, not just Govardhan Lila. So, hence they have used a plural, deeds. So, the cowherd men, they did not care that Krishna was powerful and they loved him very much. So, they were, suddenly they were amazed by the Govardhan Leela. There was a turn of events, and they wanted to know, they wanted to reason out, like how did this happen, and hence they approached Nand Baba. How did they approach Nand Baba? Courteously. They wanted to speak eminently. The word they have used is prochuha. They wanted to discuss it in a manner that would culminate love. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that Nanda Baba describes Krishna's opulences as he had heard from Gargavuni to remove their doubts. Because at the time of Govardhan Leela, the Brajvasis were immersed in tasting the sweetness of Krishna. And the opportunity to think about Krishna's astonishing power did not occur to them. So afterwards, when they returned home, they began to think. They thought, now we have directly seen him lifting the Govardhan hill, and we remember that he had killed Putna and the other demons. He extinguished the forest fire and all the other deeds that Krishna has done. So at the time, we thought that these acts are occurring because of the benedictions of the Brahmanas and because of Nanda Baba's fortune that this boy had achieved the mercy of Narayana and he was empowered by him. This is what the Brajvasis thought. But they are seeing the other side of Krishna also. They say that on one hand, on the other hand, Krishna loves to be cuddled like a child. He becomes upset when his parents, when his relatives, his well-wishers, his friends, they ignore him. He doesn't like to be ignored. He is hungry and thirsty like other kids, and he steals yogurts and milk. He performs tricks. He is speaking lies blatantly. He is chattering in a childish manner, and he tends cows. These are the things that normal children do. So, if he was actually the Supreme Lord, why would he do such things? These things do not indicate that he is, these things indicate that he is an ordinary human child. But he, on the other hand, the killing of the demons and the extraordinary activities that he is doing, they do not indicate that he is an ordinary human child. So they say, Nanda Baba, that we are totally unable to establish the truth of Krishna's identity. Who is Krishna actually? Therefore, they decide that let us go and inquire from Nanda Baba because he is intelligent and they knew that he will free them from their doubts. So, thinking in this way, the cowherd men, they come to Nanda Baba's assembly hall and they question him. Now, they start speaking to Nanda Baba. They say, this boy is performing extraordinary activities. How can such a divine child take birth among us? This birth for him would seem contemptible. That means he would not want to take birth among inferior people like us. Acharyas say that these amazing activities yet occurred. How it is proper for him to take birth among worldly people? We are material people. How can he come among us? Wouldn't such a birth seem contemptible? Atma Jukupshitam. So Sanatan Goswami explained why would he take birth which he finds contemptible, which he finds inferior. The sense is he might be criticized for that. That means here they have used the word asav. That means Krishna, when they were speaking to Nanda Baba, Krishna was not present. He was in the woods. He was in the forest. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says the term Atma Jugupshitam is that he does not get involved in whatever is inferior to his status. So they are confused. Why would such a divine child like Krishna come among us? And then they say, how could a 7-year-old boy playfully lift up a Govardhan hill? And just as a mighty elephant holds a lotus flower. So here they are giving example of Gajaratha, a mighty elephant holding a pushkaram, a lotus flower. How can such a small boy do such a big thing? Sanatana Goswami says he playfully lifted Govardhana, giving the example of elephant. Therefore, he cannot be human. So, seeing his activity, the Brajvasis say that this is not a human endeavor. No human can do this. So now Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that in the next 12 verses from here, the cowherds are going to speak of all the activities that Krishna did, not just about the Govardhan Lila, but they will talk of all the other activities. And they said that he was holding the mountain while he was standing, Bibrat. So that is also amazing. So now, in the from 4th verse onwards, the Brajvasis talk about all of Krishna's valiant deeds that he performed since he was an infant. So when he was an infant and he hardly had opened his eyes, he drank the breast milk of a powerful demoness Putna, and he sucked out the very life air from her, just like the time force sucks out the youth from one's body. So Putana is described as Maha Ojasa. She was extremely powerful. And this happened in the same time, in the same way. How was Putana killed? Like how time sucks out the lifespan from a body or the youth from a body. Krishna killed Putna when he was an infant. He sucked out milk, the poison that she had come to give him. When he killed her, his eyes were closed. And that's why his deeds are wonderful. He did it so subtly. And this is one of the reasons that he shouldn't have taken birth. We are not suitable. We are rustics. We are not suitable for his kind of birth among us. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Putna's breast was sucked by a toddler. He uses the term tokana over here. And with eyes closed. It very smoothly as time drinks away the youthfulness from the body. Krishna killed Putna by sucking the life force from her body. Then they are talking of when Krishna was 3 months old, Masyasya, what did he do? When he was crying, he just kicked his feet. And he was lying under a huge cart. He kicked his feet were waving, and by the touch of the tip of the toe, the cart fell upside down. So the cart was just slightly stuck by the tip of his toe, and yet it turned upside down, which is so amazing. And he was crying. His crying suggested that he was a toddler, he was a small baby. Then, when he was 1 year old, while he was sitting peacefully, Trinavarta took him into the sky. And Krishna just grabbed Trinavarta by his neck and caused him great pain and finally killed him. So he said, how did Krishna, who was being kidnapped by a demon, he killed the demon Trinavarta instead? The fact that he was sitting, that means he could not even walk. So he killed Trinavarta in such a way that he became overwhelmed when Krishna grabbed his neck. Later on, when Mother Yashoda tied him to the mortar, and because he was caught stealing the butter, he was crawling on his hands. Here, crawling on his hands, they have mentioned Bahu Babhyam Gacham. Bahu Bhayam Gachan, going on both the arms. That means he was crawling. So while crawling, he just dragged the mortar between the pair of the Arjuna trees and he pulled them down. So this will be implied in the coming verses. He may like his power will be mentioned. He made the trees fall only by crawling with his two hands. That shows that Krishna was supremely powerful. He had a lot of force. Then at another time, when Krishna started tending the cows in the forest along with Balrama and the cowherd boys, he killed Bakasura, who had come to kill Krishna and Balram. Krishna just seized this demon by the mouth and tore him apart. So Bakasura was the brother of Putana, and Bakasura came to kill both Krishna and Balram. His killing of Bakasura actually happened after killing of Vatsasura, but because the sequence went out of order because the cowherd boys were still under the spell of amazement. Then how did he kill Bakasura? He just caught Bakasura. Bakasura was a crane. He came in the disguise of a crane. He caught Bakasura with both his hands, Dorbhyaham, and he ripped him apart, beginning from his mouth, Mukhataha. So he just tore him apart. Later on, Vatsasura came with the intention of killing Krishna, and he came as a calf and entered the Krishna's group of calves. Krishna killed Vatsasura using his body, and he played with him like a sport, like he knocked him on top of the tree and made the fruits of the tree fall down. So very playfully, Krishna caught him by his hind legs. He whirled him around and he threw his body on top of a big tree. And then this is how you see that Rama also did in while killing Dhenukasura. And then that made the fruits of the tree fall. So easily Krishna is killing all the demons. So playfully he is doing all these activities. Then again, together with Balrama, he killed Dhenukasura in Talavana. He safeguarded Talavana forest where nobody was going because they were afraid of Dhenukasura. So Krishna here, Acharyas say Krishna was accompanied by Balrama. This shows that even that Balrama, though Balrama killed Dhenukasura, it was predominantly it was Krishna's pastime because Balrama got his strength due to Krishna. So here also they were feeling that everything is happening because of Krishna. So in this sense, they say that both Krishna and Balram killed Dhenukasura. And Krishna made Talavana safe from Dhenukasura. And now nobody is afraid to go there. And everybody can enjoy the Tala fruits. Then later on, the killing of Pralambasura happened. Krishna arranged through, they were playing a game, and while playing this game, Krishna arranged the killing of Pralambasura. He made Balrama kill Pralambasura. They were playing a game wherein they will sit, whoever loses will carry the person on the shoulder, and Pralambasura kidnapped Balrama. And then when Balrama realized that he is being kidnapped, he became very heavy, and finally he killed Pralambasura. So, and then later on, Krishna saved the Vrajavasi, his cowherd boys from the forest fire. So, in the killing of Pralambasura too, they are saying that it is because of Krishna. Balram got his power, his might from Krishna by the influence of Krishna. So, and later on, the very famous pastime of killing of Kalia serpent happened. He made, not the killing, he made Kalia serpent humble. He tamed him and he drove him outside the lake of Yamuna. Here, the Acharyas say that Vimadam is an adverb. Krishna tamed Kalia in such a manner that the snake lost his arrogance. Yesterday, Prabhuji was mentioning that Kalia was so poisonous that only by his fumes, the creatures that were crossing by, the birds, would die. And he was so powerful. Krishna made Yamuna's water pure by getting it rid by Kalia, who had made the lake, the waters of the lake poisonous. So once, and he tamed him in a manner that he lost all his arrogance, and later on he became a devotee. So all these activities of Krishna are making him, like, they are making them wonder, like, what is happening? Krishna is not ordinary. So now they say to Nand Baba, dear Nand Baba, how is that we and all of the residents, we also cannot give up this affection for him? We think that he is not our son, but we think that he is our son. And we are so spontaneously attracted to him, and he also is reciprocating. He also is attracted to us. And this attraction, this love, this affection is constant. We cannot give it up. So all this, so here the acharyas are explaining in detail. Sridhar Swami says, out, outpati kaha, that is, this is happening in a natural way. That means perhaps is he the soul of all of us? Is that why we are getting attracted to him? Then even when we consider the matter, we cannot stop loving him. Like, even when we know that he is so powerful, he is doing such amazing deeds, our love is not stopping for him. It is so natural. And his also is natural. But we do not deserve this. We do not deserve his love. They are so humble. Here, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says the wonderful activities of the child were given as evidence to prove that Krishna is God. And the cowherd men, they speak to show that they are all united in devotional feelings towards Krishna. So though Krishna is not our child, we have this loving affection and this anuraga towards him, which is so very strong. We have parental affection for him, and their children have brotherly affection for him. The males and females of the village, the birds, the forest animals, everyone, all the living entities have very strong affection for Krishna. And this affection is new, is in new ways. Like, every time it's a new thing, it's a new feeling. So our attraction is natural, and we are unable to give it up. And we see that even though when we see that Krishna has qualities of God, we are unable to give up this affection for him. So they further explain that one has more affection for one's body. Now it's a comparison in gradation, like in levels. Like, a person loves his body more than wealth and children. Then there is more affection towards one's soul than to one's body. Then there is more affection towards Paramatma than to one's own soul. So thus, is it because Krishna is Paramatma, that is why we are having more love for him? Otherwise, this affection was not possible if Krishna was just a human being. So now Nanda Baba listens to them, he understands them, and he said that, like, Nanda Baba puts up his point, he explains them that if you conclude that even if you think that Krishna is Paramatma, then how is it possible for him to have natural attraction towards the Vrajvasis and all the other animals of the forest? Because Paramatma is self-satisfied. He is indifferent to everything. If Krishna himself can feel such constant love for us, uh, for people like us who are absorbed in material life, how can he be Paramatma? So, Nanda Baba is putting up his point. So they say, on one hand, this boy is 7 years old, and on the other hand, we see that he is lifting up the Govardhan hill. Therefore, O Nanda Baba, a doubt about your son is arising. We have a shanka. So Sridhar Swami says that out of amazement, they are talking. While they are talking, they are using dramatic gestures. There is a doubt: is this boy some god, or is he a boy? This is a shanka. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, given that they have already stated the pastime of lifting of Govardhan hill, the reason they mention it again is that they are astonished. So, by the Govardhan Lila, they were further astonished. So now Nanda Baba replies to them. He hears to their words, and he says that, he wanted that all his doubts should be gone regarding Krishna. So he speaks to them and he tells them what Gargamuni had told him about Krishna. So Nanda Baba also, like before, Nanda Baba also used to imagine all sorts of possibilities when he would think of what Krishna is doing. But then when he heard Gargacharya, he understood the truth about Krishna. At that time, when everybody approached Nanda Baba to ask him like about Krishna, who is he exactly? Nanda Baba then gave the same information that he had heard from Gargacharya. So suspecting that Nanda Baba was suspecting that the Brajvasi their love for Krishna should not reduce because of fear, because of reverence, thinking that he is God and he has descended on earth to reveal his unlimited godhood. So Gargacharya also did not directly tell to Nanda Baba that Krishna is God. He just hinted using some epithets and designations, to which Nanda Baba understood that Krishna was a boy whose natural qualities are similar to God. Nanda Baba says that the son Arbhakam, and he repeats the word Mi Kumaram Mama Putram, which means my son, for the sake of making, like they wanted the cowherds, the Vrajvasis, to think in that direction. So Nanda Baba says, I will relieve your doubts by reciting, by telling you what Gargamuni had told me. And due to my piety in the past, Lord Narayana has entered my son, and he just to deliver me from the dangers. So these are the qualities of Lord Narayana. That's what Gargamuni told Nanda Baba. So what did Gargamuni say? Nanda Baba is saying that Gargamuni had said, your son appears as an incarnation in every millennium. So in the past, he assumed different colors, white, red, yellow, and now he has appeared taking a blackish color. So Gargamuni discloses here, he explains that, and his explanations can be looked into the commentary in the 8th chapter. So these explanations are mentioned in the 8th chapter of 10th canto from verses 13 to 18. So here it will be put in the next verses, like from 17 to 22. The same explanations will be mentioned. And also, as per the purport in verse 16, Prabhupada says, this and the next 6 verses are taken from the 8th chapter of the 10th canto, in which Gargamuni instructs Nanda about Krishna. So now, these 5 verses from 17 to 21, we will see the gist of Krishna's, what Gargamuni had told about Krishna. Gargamuni said, for many reasons, this beautiful son of yours sometimes appeared previously as the son of Vasudeva. So he had come as son of Vasudeva. That is the reason why the learned calls him Vasudeva. The learned people, they call him Vasudeva because previously he had appeared as son of Vasudeva. So for this son of yours, there are many forms and names according to the transcendental qualities and activities. So these are known to me, but people in general do not understand them. So this is what Gargamuni is telling. So to increase the transcendental bliss of the cowherd men of Gokula, this child will always act auspiciously for you. So Krishna is all auspicious for everyone. And by his grace only, you will surpass all the difficulties. So this was told by Gargacharya. So, and then as we have seen in the past, when there was an irregular government, like the personality of Godhead comes down to remove adharma. So whenever there is irregular or incapable government, Indra having been dethroned, or when the honest people have been harassed and disturbed by thieves, this child would appear in order to curb the rogues, to destroy the wicked, to protect the people, and to enable his devotees to flourish. So demons cannot harm a demigod when Lord Vishnu is by their side. Similarly, nobody can harm us because of all auspicious Krishna, because Krishna will defeat all the enemies. So this is the gist of the verses from 17 to 21 as per Gargacharya. Now, therefore, Gargacharya said to Nanda Baba, "Oh Nanda, this child of yours is as good as Narayana. In his transcendental qualities, his opulence, his name, his fame, his influence, he is exactly like Narayana. Therefore, you should not be surprised by his activities." So, Acharya say, Gargacharya says that don't be amazed by his exploits. These are this is what Gargacharya tells. He discloses. Now the Acharyas are mentioning in great detail. Therefore, Tasmat, O Nanda, Kumaraha Ayam, this child. They are not saying your son. They are saying Kumaraya Aham, this child. Nandatmajo Yamate. तत्कुमा तत्कुमासौ कुर्मासु न विस्मयः तत्कुर्मासु his activity tatkarmasu his activities. There is no surprise in his activities. The same sense of Garga's statement is obtained here. Consequently, out of humility, Nanda Baba is then requesting the Vrajvasis that you all please protect this boy, and you should have feelings of love and possessiveness towards him because of his attributes. He has such brilliant attributes, and he reiterates them in the same manner. He says that there is no reason to be amazed by his activities. Now, again, he's saying the same thing. Don't be amazed by his activities. It is, and do not be amazed that the natural love that you have for him or he has for you. In truth, however, they did not know the reason that is the eternal inherent, that they have an eternal inherent connection with Krishna. So, although they were aware that Gargamuni had said something like this comes after the killing of Bakasura, where it is mentioned, Aho Brahma Vidham Vachaha. The Brajvasi is saying, oh, how amazing. The words of a realized Brahman, a realized Brahman cannot go false. So, Gargamuni cannot say anything false. So, now we realize that Bhagwan Garga has said the truth, because we can see by Krishna's activities that he has all the attributes of Narayana. Nonetheless, at this time, even 7 sentences taken together were something special. So they know that they are not fully aware that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. They came to clear their doubts with Nanda Baba. Nanda Baba is then telling him what Gargamuni has told him, and that Krishna is a very auspicious child, and he has come up with the qualities of Narayana, and he has come to protect us. So he is all auspicious. So now they will not, the Brajavasis will not doubt the words of Gargacharya. So now they are relieved by the explanation of, they are convinced by what Nanda Baba tells them. So therefore they say, oh Nanda Maharaj, this child of yours is as good as Narayana in his transcendental qualities, opulence. So here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is commenting for the same verse 25. So Nanda Baba wished to remove the present realization of Krishna, that is his Aishwarya Jnana. He wanted to remove it from the minds of the Vrajvasis, and he wanted to increase the understanding that Krishna is not God. He is your son, he is your brother, he is your friend. And therefore, he is repeating the words, Kumara Ayam, this boy, and not Tam Putra, like not your son. He's saying this boy, so that the Vrajvasis would feel that Krishna is not just Nanda Baba's son, but he is theirs as well. So then they had seen Krishna's phenomenal powers. They should not give up their affection for him, and they should continue to bless him. He is as good as Narayana, Narayana Samaha. He has the power of Narayana in him. But Krishna is not Narayana. He is repeating again. Krishna is not Narayana. Just like a Suryakanta stone has the likeness of sun, doesn't make a Suryakanta stone the sun. So Krishna is not Narayana. He just has the qualities of it. The child is not God, nor was Krishna an ordinary human being. So although he is not God, but he is not ordinary human being like us also. But he has some power with which he can perform extraordinary deeds. So Nanda said, this great personality has come as an ornament in our family lineage. And thus, at the conclusion of his statement, Garga Muni said, you should not be bewildered by his activities, because Krishna's wonderful activities, you should not think of him as God. You should make him an object of compassion by blessing him with a long life, and you should not be indifferent to him. Nanda Baba then repeated, he said, please protect him by removing this is how Nanda Baba removed the bewilderment of the Brajavasis, and he made them Shanka free, made them free of their doubts. So this is explained in, here we finish the first theme. So then Nanda Baba further continues. He says that after Garga Muni spoke like this to me and I returned home, I began to consider that Krishna, who keeps me free from trouble, is actually an expansion of Godhead. So Nanda Baba is saying that I know my son is he's a Amsha. So directly when he went home, when Gargacharya explained him, after that Nanda Baba went home, and he did not think that Krishna is Nanda Baba thought that Krishna is a manifestation of Narayana. He's a part of Narayana. He is not Narayana. Then, given that I am also his father, since that time I have considered him to be similar to Narayana, I presume that he is a part manifestation, that is Shakti Avesha Avtara of, and he's empowered by Narayana. So here Shakti Avesha Avtara, that means he is making us free from all the distress. He has the qualities of Narayana which he is using to protect us. So here the cowherd men are now happy to hear what Nanda Baba reveals as per Garga Muni, and Shukdev Goswami then continues saying that having heard from Nanda Baba the statements that were said by Garga Muni about Krishna, the residents, the Vrajvasis, they became enlivened. So earlier they were full of doubts, they were bewildered, they were perplexed, and now they are again back to life. They are enlivened. Their perplexity is gone, and they worshipped Nanda and Lord Krishna. All this time Krishna was not here. Later on he came. When this dialogue was going on, he was not present there in the assembly hall of Nanda Baba. So the Vrajvasis then honored Nanda Baba with scents, sandalwood paste, clothing, and which they had got it from their homes. And then Krishna returned from forest. They worshipped Krishna also. They decorated Krishna with beautiful yellow garments, necklaces, armlets, earrings, crowns, and they started shouting, all glories to the jewel of Vrindavan, all glories to the jewel of Vrindavan. So here Parashara Muni has mentioned in it is mentioned in Vishnu Purana in 1513 1 to 8. Parashara Muni says that a cowherd asked Krishna to solve the doubt. Cowherd asked Krishna himself. They are saying, who are you? Are you a god? Are you a Danav? Are you a Yaksha, a Gandharva? Or like they deliberately ask, or are you our kinsmen? Are you ours? Anyway, whatever you are, we salute you. To this, Krishna replied to the Brajvasis. His response was, O cowherds, if you are not ashamed of my relationship with you, or if you feel I am praiseworthy, what reason do you have to deliberate on this matter? Why are you stressing on this? So if you have different affection for me, and if I deserve it, I deserve the praise from you, then think of me as your friend, as your relative. I am not a god, nor a Gandharva, nor a Yaksha, nor a Danava. I am your kinsman. So Krishna clears that doubt. And this is mentioned in Vishnu Purana, where Krishna tells them, don't think anything else. I am your kinsman. Further, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says the Vrajvasis honored Nanda and Krishna with love offerings, and they offered gold coins, cloth, jewels. Krishna was playing in the forest when this conversation took place, and when he returned, the Brajvasis encouraged him by decorating him with beautiful clothes and all the ornaments, and they shouted, glories to the jewel of Vrajabhumi. May you have a long life. So they are blessing Krishna, and this is what Nanda Baba wanted. He wanted them to have the relationship with him, which they already had. He wanted all of them to love Krishna, and he wanted all of them to bless Krishna. So here we end the first part, the first theme. So now Indra, he became angry. So now here the whole pastime of Govardhan Lila is mentioned again, that how Indra became angry when his services was discontinued, and he caused so much of, he tormented the Vrajvasis with so much of havoc, and Krishna became compassionate by seeing the Vrajvasis in that condition, and he gave them shelter by lifting up the Govardhan hill, and he did it very playfully, just like a child holds a mushroom. And this is how he protected the cowherd community. So Govinda, that is the lord of the cows, and the protector of the Vrajvasis, he destroyed Indra's ahankara, and he defeated Indra's ahankara, and he made Krishna be pleased with us. Now the Brajvasis, they want Krishna to be pleased with him. So remembering his feat of Govardhan hill, the Krishna, the Brajvasis, the cowherd community, they were in distress, and now Krishna removed their distress, and now they want Krishna to bless him, to be always pleased with him. So the acharyas explain in detail. Krishna saw Drashtva, the cowherd vasis, the Pashupalas, the Goshtha, oppressed by Indra, and he became compassionate, anukampi, and smiling broadly, utsmayam, in a manner of deriding Indra. Having lifted Utpatya, Govardhan hill, Shailam, Krishna Vibhrat, like he held the mountain standing with his left hand, Ekakarena, like Yatha, like a small child, Abalaha, picks up a mushroom, Uchilindram, to play the Lila for 7 days and night. With scorn he says, although Krishna is the king of cows, he shattered the pride of the mother of Indra. In truth, however, whatever it is, being a great king, Indra is included in the kingship of cows, Gavam. So Indra is also included in this. So like rivers are included in the sea water. So here they say, may Krishna be satisfied with us. The Shukdev Goswami says, like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur further explains that Shukdev Goswami tells to Parikshit Maharaj, may that Krishna who lifted the Govardhan hill and protected the Brajvasis from disturbances caused by hunger, hailstorm, and the wrath of Indra, who expertly initiated Govardhan Puja, and he cut down the demigod's pride, may that Krishna be pleased with us. In the same way, he who protects us from the lightning bolt curse of Shringi's anger with the essence of the Vedas in the form of Bhagavata, who is expert in starting the sacrifice of listening the Bhagavatam, and who destroyed the pride of Brahmanas devoid of bhakti, be pleased with us. In this way, by praying for Krishna's mercy, Shukdev Goswami indicates that Parikshit Maharaj also should apply the same for himself. Shukdev Goswami says, becoming extremely angry over the stopping of the sacrifice, Indra caused this havoc, and seeing that the animals, men, and the Vrajvasis took Krishna's shelter, he alone was severely inflicted by the rain, the lightning. Krishna smiled slightly, and he did the Govardhan Lila. So may that Lord of the cows who destroyed the Indra's pride, may that God be pleased with us. May me and all the assembled listeners. So the Vrajvasis want this Krishna who has done this particular deed to be pleased with the Vrajvasis. With this, we end chapter 26. Now we'll be starting chapter 27. So half of the portion, the 2 themes are over. We have 2 more themes to cover. So if we want, we can take a break for 2 minutes or so, not for 5 minutes. if everybody insists. Otherwise, I can continue. I have no issue. Prabhuji, shall we take a break or shall we continue?
The meaning is, I think let's continue because so many slides to be covered, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so let us start with chapter 27, wherein we will cover two themes. We will see Indra offering prayers to Krishna. That will be covered in one theme. And then Mother Surbhi, she comes and she comes with Indra to perform Abhishekshamaha to Krishna, and they name him Govinda. This is the last theme. So let us start chapter 27. So after Krishna has lifted the Govardhan hill and he protected the Vrajvasis, Mother Surbhi, who is the mother of the cows, she came from her planet to see Krishna, and now she is accompanied by Indra. Now this is Indra's strategy. He was advised that you don't go alone. So just to pacify, now Indra is scared. He is fearful what punishment he would be given. Just to please Krishna in whatever way he could, he did not come alone. He came with the mother of Mother Surbhi, who is the mother of cows, because he knew that cows are Krishna's beloved. So now the acharyas say that Govardhana mountain was held, and Indra then arrives fearfully. Asharat Rakshite Vraje. The reason is Surbhi cow came joyfully because her cows were saved by Krishna. Surbhi cow came from the material Goloka because it was not possible for Indra to contact the Surbhi cow from the spiritual Goloka. So Indra arrived with Surbhi cow because he knew that Krishna was fond of cows. And Indra went to Surbhi's planet, from where he acknowledged the order of Brahma. Brahmaji ordered him to go along with Surbhi. So he was guided by Brahmaji. So Indra could not do this on his own because he knew what he has done. He had done a big offense. Still, he came because he had no other refuge. There was no other option for him. He had to take Krishna's shelter. Hence, he came to take Krishna's shelter. As far as Surbhi cow is concerned, the name Krishna signifies that he attracts her heart and with his quality of being affectionate to her offspring. Surbhi cow is attracted to Krishna because her offspring is affectionate. Her offspring is affectionate to Krishna, and Krishna is also affectionate to her offspring. So this is what attracted Surbhi cow to the Lord. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, by Brahma's order, Surbhi performed the Abhisheka of the Lord, and Indra assisted her in this particular matter. Indra was very ashamed of having offended the Lord. He approached Lord how? Now we've started with the prayers of Indra's. So how did he approach the Lord? He approached him in a solitary place. How he just fell down and lay his helmet at the feet of Lord. The effulgence of Indra's helmet was brilliant like a sun, and he put his helmet at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So why in a solitary place? It is mentioned here, like Shri Krishna is mentioned by Shri Vaishampayana in the Harivansha Purana, that is the Vishnu Parva. Sa Dadarasho Pavishtham Vai Govardhana Shilatale. He saw Krishna was sitting at the base of the Govardhan hill, Govardhana Shilatale. Lord Krishna wanted to provide a solitary meeting with Indra. He deliberately wanted to do that because he did not want to further humiliate him. This is Krishna's mercy. Earlier also it was mentioned, he did not wanted to insult him. He did not want to humiliate him, but he wanted to correct him. So Indra came to surrender and beg forgiveness to the Lord. And he did it he did so privately, which is mentioned in Prabhupada's verse. So Surbhi had counseled Indra that go alone and see Krishna. In this way, it will become easier for you to seek forgiveness. further the Acharyas explain, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur here mentions that Surbhi counseled Indra. She said, listen, you go alone, go without your retinue, without your group, become humble and throw yourself like a rod at the lotus feet of the Lord and beg for forgiveness for your offense. So she has counseled him like this and said, so he has come all prepared. Simply with the eyes, Krishna communicated to Indra. Krishna did not speak. So just Krishna just looked at him and he communicated. Krishna is telling Indra, my dear God, my dear King of gods, what is this unfathomable fatherly mercy that you are bestowing upon me? I am a child. I am ignorant. Yet I am sinful because I stopped your sacrifice. Still you have come here to show your grace upon me. So all this, Indra had criticized Krishna that he's an over talkative child, he's arrogant, he thinks himself very wise, and the Brajvasis have surrendered to a martyam, that a ordinary human being. So now Krishna is, through his eyes, he is communicating the same thing to Indra. Hearing this, realizing this, Indra became embarrassed. He understood what Krishna meant. So Indra had now heard and he saw the transcendental power of Krishna, and he knew that he is not ordinary, he is omnipotent. And his pride was broken. Like he was proud. He was thinking of himself that I am the Lord of the three worlds. So this particular pride of Indra, Ishamani, was defeated by Krishna. So holding his hands together, he is supplying, he is addressing to the Lord. How did he approach him? Nashta Tri Lokeshamada. Acharyas explain in great detail. My pride that I was thinking myself that I am the king of the worlds, that has nashta, that has been destroyed. Indra, because he saw Krishna holding the Govardhan hill, he heard it from Brahma also. And although his crown was shining in Krishna's presence, it was like a firefly in daytime. We have seen this comparison in the earlier thing also. Okay, what is Krishna and what are the qualities of others? They are like the comparison is like, if his power is like a firefly, Krishna is like daytime. It is so insignificant in front of Krishna. So he at once lost his false pride when he saw this. Why? What was the reason? Amita Tejasa, immeasurable potencies of Krishna destroyed Indra's false pride. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur here says, first he saw Lord's power with his own eyes, later he understood his offense, then he went to Mount Meru to inquire about the means of the deliverance. There he heard Brahmaji talk about the Anubhavaha, about the might, about the supreme power of Lord Krishna. So he realized. So now Indra is speaking to Krishna. He says, Lord, your transcendental form is a manifestation of pure goodness. It is undisturbed by any kind of change. It is shining with knowledge and devoid from passion and ignorance. In you does not exist the modes of material nature, which are the basis of ignorance and illusion. So you are free from the modes of material nature. Here the Acharyas explain in great detail. How is Indra praising? How is he glorifying Lord Krishna? First, he expresses his wish. With what intention he had come to Krishna, that Krishna should forgive him. So he says, please forgive me. And he's asking for forgiveness in the verses. 4 to 7, he says, you obviously did not commit any offense. So earlier Krishna mentioned, I have committed the sin of disrupting your sacrifice. So Indra is now replying, he is saying that, no, you did not commit any offense. You did me a favor rather. It was a mercy on me. So your identity, that is the Dhama Swarupa, is one from Santam Ekarupa. Hence it is full of awareness, meaning it knows everything. Tapahamayam. How so? Because the mode of the passion, that is Rajaha, Tamsakam, the mode of ignorance, Dvashtaha, is destroyed. So because of your you have destroyed this from me, therefore I am, this material world being seen by me and others, is like as an effect of Maya, that based on illusion, but it does not relate to you. Maya has nothing to do with you because agrahananu bandha. It is put through ignorance. Maya works through ignorance, but you are away from Maya. So the gist is you are omniscient and you have nothing to do with the material nature, the three modes of material nature, and you are away from passion, ignorance. You are in pure, you are the manifestation of pure goodness. So nothing can change you, nothing can affect you. Although the form of Bhagwan is beyond the gunas, it is dense Satchit Ananda. It is not just similar to Sattva Guna, it is Satchit Ananda. And it is devoid from the vices, greed, anger, and so on. So, although the gods are in Sattvic Bhava, but they can sometimes develop greed and the other vices because there is a distinction between Shuddha Sattva and Sattva Guna. So here, Shuddha Sattva is pacified, which is the play of the transcendental potency. So in Shuddha Sattva, the transcendental potency of the Lord is taking place. So out of ignorance of you, I offended you. I did not know that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I was absolutely ignorant, and this is the reason I offended you. This is also why that I am in material life. Because I am ignorant, this is one of the reasons that I am material life. I'm not your devotee. I'm not your pure devotee. So yeah, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, out of false pride, I ruined your sacrifice. Krishna is telling Indra, I have ruined your sacrifice out of false pride. Out of greed, under the pretext of doing sacrificial offering to Govardhan, I ate all the food that was meant to be offered by you. This is my fault. So Krishna is speaking, but you know it. Anticipating these words of Krishna, Indra means to say that, O Lord, I have been bewildered by your illusionary potency. It is not you. I was bewildered because you are away from illusion. Illusion cannot affect you. But because now I am receiving a drop of your mercy, I can somehow understand the truth about you. So, because of your mercy, I can understand you now. Otherwise, I was ignorant. Fine, I am not like a jiva, but sometimes I use Maya just for fun. There is no fault in that either. Thus, Indra says that agraha nanubandha, which means the flow in which there is no desire of taking. So here, Indra is saying it is not like I have been disillusioned completely by my pride. It is not you who have committed an offense. It was all my fault. So how then he says that could there exist in you the symptoms of an ignorant person such as greed, lust, anger and envy, which are produced by one's previous involvement in material existence? You were never involved in material existence, which is the cause of one to become entangled in the material existence. So you are far away from the material nature. You are transcendental. And yet, as the Supreme Lord, you impose punishment to protect religious principles and to curb down the wicked. This is explaining that because you are dharma parayan, you have to protect the religious principles and you have to curb down the wicked. You do what you do. You are not, you have no tinge of material element in you, and you're far away, and you will never act like an ignorant person out of greed or lust or envy. So nothing is from your side, everything is my fault. You are the Father, O Lord. You are the spiritual master of the entire universe and also the supreme controller. Indra is now understood everything. Who is Lord? You are the unsurmountable time. So earlier also it was mentioned, Kalatma, you are the unsurmountable time who cannot be surmounted by anyone, imposing punishment upon the sinful for their own benefit. Like time you punish the sinful and for their benefit. So indeed, in your previous incarnations that you have selected by your own free will, you acted decisively to remove the false pride of those who presume themselves to be the masters of the world. So to remove the pride of people who think of themselves that they are the masters of the world, they are the Jagatpati, you choose to take these avatars for the benefit of your devotees. So here the acharyas again explain in detail, but I am just the son of a cowherd. This is what Krishna is telling Indra. Oh, I am son of a cowherd. I'm so insignificant. What power do I have to chastise you? What might be the reason? Why would I punish anyone at all? So this is Krishna is actually trying to, again hide his Aishwarya. So Indra responds with three reasons. He's saying, probably he's anticipating that Krishna would question him this. He's saying, you are the maker, you are the teacher, you are the supreme controller of the world. Pita Guru Stvam Jagata Adhisho. Krishna is able, he is the time. Therefore, having taken the rod of punishment in the form of time, you endeavor with your Lila avatars, with the bodies, and you create well-being for the hitaya, for the benefit of the world. Your endeavor is only for your pastime, and you dispel the arrogance of people like me who have self-conceit, and that we are the rulers of the world. We are self-conceited people. We feel that we are the rulers of the world. So you dispel our arrogance. So what you did was for my benefit. You were merciful on me rather. The sense is your endeavor, your samhase is to make an amazing pastime. You do this leelas, your pastimes. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, as a Supreme Lord, you are complete. Indra is telling Lord, you are complete. So what purpose do you have in protecting dharma and punishing the evil? It is for the auspiciousness of the universe. For the auspicion of the universe, God is doing all this Leela. So due to your merciful nature, you show affection to those who follow dharma. Just as the father favors a son and the guru favors his disciple. As a Adhisha, as a supreme controller, you are fully capable of delivering everyone from suffering and bestowing happiness. But for the evil people who are, you are the unsurmountable time, which purifies them through punishment. Time is purifying everyone through punishment. So to benefit both the pious and the impious, you appear in various incarnations to perform pastimes according to your own supreme will, your ichha, assumed by your own will. Tanu Bhiha, by your transcendental forms you come. Your pastimes, including the killings of demons like Putna and protecting the devotees, it is also your pastime to deflate the pride of devotees like me and devotees like Brahma, who become intoxicated by getting even a little minute power. And this power comes from you. So you also come to deflate the pride of people who become ahankari. So Indra is, trying to, he accepted his mistake, he surrendered, he is saying that, I am at fault and you have done nothing, because of me, you have rather done me a favor. So now he goes ahead, he says, fools like me who proudly think themselves a universal Lord quickly give up their conceit and directly take the path of spiritual progression when they see you, the fearless, even in the face of time. Thus, you punish the mischievous by instructing them. So you are not punishing, you're actually instructing to establish anushasanam. You are instructing. So here he's saying that when people like me, who think that we are the king of the world, see you, that you are fearless even in time, in Kale, such as recently during the deluge, they gave up the self-conceit. So people like me, we give up the self-conceit because of your spiritual progression. We give up our bad practices and we render to bhakti. So this is your power, and you do this not for punishing, but for anushasanam, for you instruct them. So Indra, that means you use a corrective measure. So you are all correct in your doing, O Lord. So Indra mentions the benefit of taking the noble path. Here he says, although your endeavor is only meant to delight the devotees, it is for the callous of instructing the wicked. You are instructing the wicked, Anushasanam for the wicked. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, once they give up their conceit, so people like me, once we give up the conceit, their hubris is gone, apasamyaha, they become free from pride, and so then they take the path of the noble persons, that is, they come to the path of devotion. Hence, this pastime of yours of lifting the Govardhan hill was a punishment for a wicked person like me. It was a danda for khalanam apite nashishanam. For a person like me, it's a danda. So I understood you when you did this particular pastime. Engrossed in my pride, Indra continues, I was engrossed in my pride over the ruling power, ignorant of your majesty. I have this power. I got engrossed in this power. I became proud, puffed up, and I became ignorant of your majesty. I offended you. Oh Lord, may you forgive me. He's not saying forgive me. May you forgive me. My intelligence was bewildered, but let my consciousness never be so impure again. So although he is saying this, that may my consciousness never be impure again, how much does he mean it? So let us see that. Acharyas explain, they say that having described Krishna's Swarupa, that he is the essence of the being, and he mentioned his intention that he wants Lord to forgive him, then he makes another request. Maivyam punarabhahu matir isha mashati. May such a bad mindset of mine never happen again. Sanatana Goswami says that he is telling Krishna, he is able to forgive you.
Excuse me. Yeah, 1 minute.
Yes.
See here, see Indra, as you can see, he really truly, very humbly says that I will not commit this thing. But our acharyas point out, he still did that again. He still does again. Remember the Parijata flowers? When Satyabhama wanted that Parijata flower, the plant, and Parijata only grows in the Swargaloka. So when Krishna went there, Indra didn't want to give him, and Indra, fighting with Krishna at that time, and Krishna defeated him that time. So you see that Indra does repeatedly same mistake and everything. All these things he's doing. It looks like he's genuinely doing it, and I think he's doing genuinely, but that seems like his nature. He keeps continuing offending Krishna, and Krishna again and again had to straighten him out. Go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah, so although he is asking, as Prabhuji said, although he's asking that, may this should not happen again, but he does this, he does it again. So here, I'll continue with the Acharya's commentaries. They say, he is able to forgive, Krishna is saying, Indra is saying, he is able to forgive you, that benefactor of the world are qualified, are hasi, you should forgive me. He's saying, although I have committed this big sin, Indra is saying, you should forgive me. I am unaware of your glory. Avidushaha, not knowing Prabhavam, your transcendental influence, because I wasn't thinking, I was muda, foolish. Chetasaha, whose intelligence was submerged in false pride by the godly might, by the Aishwarya of rulership. I was intoxicated. And here the word mother is for intoxication, and plutasya is the intelligence being submerged in mudha, in foolishness, in mother, in the intoxication of pride. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that Krishna might have replied that, I lifted Govardhan hill to protect Raja, not to punish you. Now I will call Yamraja and arrange for your punishment. So he was afraid of such a statement of Krishna. He thought that, Krishna might say something like that. So because he was afraid, Indra fearfully says that as the most famous father and guru, you are merciful by nature. You are compassionate. You are anukampi. Therefore, please forgive the offense of this foolish person who was immersed in pride and who was ignorant. avidushaha, of your majesty. So you should you should not purify me by punishment, because I am like a stubborn animal. The moment after master beats the animal, the he commits the same offense again. So instead, you rather purify me by your mercy, so that my animalistic tendency does not arise again. So this prayer is not offered with a completely pure heart. As Prabhuji said, he does the same mistakes again and again, and he's praying here. He's asking that this should not come up. But he said, it is said, Acharyas say, this prayer is not offered with a completely pure heart, because Indra is exhibiting humility in order to save himself. He's just, being humble so that he should be saved. He should not be punished. So Indra mentions this in the 7th verse. Then later in the 10th canto, we will find that he takes away the Parijata flower from the heaven, and Indra refuses to give him, and then he acts violently against the Lord. So Indra is continuing. He said, you descend into this world, O transcendental Lord, to destroy the warlords who burden the earth and create many terrible disturbances. So the warlords are creating so many disturbances. You come to destroy these warlords. O Lord, you simultaneously act for the welfare of the people who are faithful to your lotus feet. It is implied over here that because I am your servant, I should be forgiven, even though I have committed this sin. Oh, Adhokshaja, you who are out of the range of sensory perception, you are completely invisible, yet your manifestation, your avatara, your descent on the earth is for the sake of auspiciousness of those who serve your feet, especially Rajvasis. O Deva, you who are worthy of being worshipped, you are puja. In this way, he establishes that he is a servant. Now, here it is like, I know that you descended because of our request for the benefit of the gods. And gods, they requested that the burden of the earth is increasing, so now please come to remove our miseries. So he's saying that I'm aware. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur here says, Indra is saying, I was foolish. I knew that after hearing the gods' prayers, you descended to the world for our benefit, but I became blinded by pride. Only now, having received the punishment, I have regained my eyes. I know you who descended for the destruction of the military leaders, that is Bhavayaha, and for the auspicious, that is Bhavaya, of those who serve your feet. I, on the other hand, do not belong to either these. I don't belong to the Abhavaya, nor I belong to the Bhavaya category. Neither my destruction nor my well-being has come about. So in my case, my destruction has also not happened, my well-being has also not happened. Acharya further says, while asking for forgiveness, he's offering obeisances. So these are all strategies he's using. He's trying his best so that he should be forgiven. So again, he's offering obeisances to all, to whom? My profound respects to you, O Supreme Lord Krishna. He is the Purushaya, the inner controller of all. He is the great soul, the Mahatmane, meaning that he cannot be delimited through, although he abides in the hearts of all. Why? Because he is Vasudeva. He resides everywhere. He is the chief of the Yadu dynasty, the Shatvatam. My respects to you, who are the God in person, the Bhagavate. Here, the name of Krishna means he attracts the hearts of all by manifesting unlimited godly might, having expressed external Aishwarya with Purushaya, that is referred to the internal kind. Indra said, therefore, let me just surrender to your lotus feet and offer my respects. This is expressed in 2 verses. Uddhava says, Krishna, the primeval Lord, the master of matter and spirit, appears in this world in different avatars as portions of Mahavishnu, who is also his part. Therefore, in this verse, Indra pays respect to all the expanded forms which are from within Krishna when he appears to earth. He says, I pay my respects to Lord Narayana, Bhagavate, to Mahavenkuntha, the Lord Narayan of the Mahavenkuntha Bhagavate. I offer my respects to Mahavishnu, Purushaya, the creator of the Mahat Tattva. I pay my respects to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, the super soul of the total universe. Samashti Paramatma Mahatmane. After paying respects to all the plenary portions of Krishna, that is the Amshas, Indra pays respects to the Amshi, Krishna himself, the source of all the Amshas. He says, I offer respects to Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva. I offer respects to Krishna, the Lord of the Yadu dynasty, that is the Satvatas. So here he is offering obeisances, offering respects to the Supreme Personality of Godhead with all his aspects. He says, unto him who assumes transcendental bodies according to the desires of his devotees. The Lord is assuming these transcendental bodies according to the desires of his devotees, whose form is itself pure consciousness. Unto him who is everything. He is the seed, he is the cause of everything. And who is the soul of all the creatures, I am offering obeisances. So Krishna is saying, do you mean I am Yadava? He says, no. Of your devotees, Chhada, according to the desire of your devotees. Additionally, your body is transcendental. Dehaya Vishuddha Jnana Murtahe. Your body is transcendental awareness. You are the cause of all. Sarvasmai Sarva Bija Sarva Bhutaha. So obeisances unto you, to whom divine bodies, such as like you've taken divine bodies like Matsya and Kurma, and you have taken it for because of your devotees. Vishuddha meaning you are beyond Maya, and Mahapurusha, that you're the seed, the cause of all. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Indra says that I pay respects to you who accept bodies for giving the happiness to your premi bhaktas, who serve you in sacred raptures in the form of Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya and Shringara. And being non-material, your transcendental body is completely pure consciousness without a tinge of illusion. You possess unlimited multifarious energies such as Mahamaya. You are everything, Sarva. You are Sarva Bija, the seed of everything, and the soul of every creature, and I pay respects to you thus. So, my dear Lord, when my sacrifice was disrupted, I became angry, I became furious because of my false pride. Again, he's saying, thus I tried to destroy it. Because of my pride, I tried to destroy your community, which is the cowherd community, by throwing massive rainfall. Indra tells his offense in this particular verse. He's saying that having committed kartaha, this sinful offense, agasaha, this improper deed was done by me, Chetutam, enacted by the Maya, that I got bewildered by the ahankara. The offense was done recently by me. You already know that what I have done, my wicked deed. What more can I say about my wickedness? He completely surrenders. He is admitting to his mistakes. Moreover, I did this to destroy a community. So the biggest of all is like, above all, I did this to destroy your community, even though you were directly present over there. So see my audacity, you were there. And still, I try to destroy your community in your presence. So Indra thus implies that his offense is even more serious because of this fact. He showed his audacity to the Lord directly. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur here comments that, oh Indra, I can understand from your recitation of praises that you are my devotee. But without your sanction, the wicked Samvartaka clouds, they attacked my Vraja. Lord is talking to him like this. Therefore, you should punish Samvartaka clouds. Lord is telling to Indra. Fearing such an innocent scolding from Krishna, Indra thought that I cannot be duplicitous now because he is the all-knowing super soul. Therefore, in this verse, Indra decided to confess that everything was his fault. Krishna and Indra might have the following conversation. So the Acharyas are just mentioning the conversation that has actually happened between Krishna and Indra. So Krishna is saying, oh Indra, how is it possible for my devotee to do this? Indra says, oh Lord, I became angry when my worship was stopped. Krishna then told him, though I am your master and I stopped your worship, I cannot believe that my servant will do such a thing. Indra says, anything is possible for one who is falsely proud, who becomes Manina. Krishna says, so though pride may somehow arise in my devotee, but he will remove it with intelligence. But Indra says, my anger was intense. It was Tivra Manyuna. It was an intense anger which destroyed all my intelligence. So Indra is saying my intelligence only was not working. So he's giving the explanations. Now here he says, you have shown mercy to me by shattering my pride. Indra is saying that you have already done good to me. You have shattered my pride. You have defeated my attempt of punishing the Brajvasis. So although I tried to punish them, but you saved them. So you defeated my attempt of punishing the Brajvasis. O Supreme Lord, O Spiritual Master, O Super Soul, I have now come to your shelter. So he gives it completely. So he's saying, nevertheless, O Lord, you have done me a favor. You have shattered my pride. Acharyas are using these, explaining these words in detail. Drashtva, that is, you have shattered. Stambha, my false pride. Virtaha, udyamaha, my attempt has become fruitless. Indra says, although you can punish me, but you only did me this favor. And this favor was substantial. It has not gone in vain. You have removed my pride. You have made me pride free. Therefore, the Guru is only you. And so I am the offender. I take shelter of you. Indra mentions other two reasons of taking shelter. One is Krishna is the supreme controller, and Krishna is the foundational essence of the beings, the Atmana of all. Krishna is the true self. So for these two reasons, Indra takes shelter of Krishna. Krishna Chakravarti Thakur says that Indra is saying, though I have caused great disturbance to Braja, I have received your mercy like a sick person when he is diagnosed. He is given medicine by the doctor. So you have now cured my disease. I had become ahankari. So you have now destroyed my, you have given me medicine. You have destroyed my disease. And because of that, I have given up the urge to release my lightning bolts. So you have, because you control everything, O Supreme Lord, you have cured me. Like a doctor, you have cured my disease. Because you control everything, you are the Supreme Lord, Ishwaram. Because you give benefit to everyone, you are the spiritual master, you are the Guru. So the purpose is achieved. You have corrected my vice. Thus, he glorified Lord Indra in all the possible ways to get saved from the punishment, because that was his main intention. Although he was trying to be, he tried to be as humble as possible, as he was guided by Brahmaji and Surbi cow. So now, after being glorified by Indra, Lord Krishna smiled then he smiled and he spoke to Indra. How did he speak? In a voice resonant like the clouds. So Acharya has now explained this wonderful explanation of it. Krishna was praised. Sankirtitaha Krishna. By whom? By Indra. With the word Bhagavana, which signifies that he is the Almighty in the highest way. Krishna is the Bhagavana in the highest way, the highest order. Nobody can be higher than Krishna. Shukdev Goswami implies that Krishna did not care too much about Indra, because Indra is nothing. He is just an insignificant offender. He is nothing in front of Krishna. And therefore, he describes in a grave voice, like a rumbling of the cloud. Megha here is like the cloud. Gambhiraha, grave voice. This means Krishna is prestigious. The word that is prahasan, smiling, he is saying, that means he is high-minded. So he spoke to Indra in a point of amum, to him, as in this pronoun is used, adasa, to him, from which amum is made in singular, like India, in the sense that Indra is insignificant. So Lord says, my dear Indra, it was out of mercy that I stopped your sacrifice that was meant for you. You were greatly intoxicated by your opulence as the king of heaven, and I wanted you to remember me. This was Krishna's intention. So because Indra, expressed his inner thoughts to Krishna, now Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna is expressing his thoughts to Indra. Why? What was the reason why he did that? Indra was very conceited because of his sovereignty over the gods. He was Indra Shriya. He had the opulence of being Indra. He was thinking, proud of that. Proud was because of being the king of the heaven. The Acharya says the Lord speaks in a manner that is suitable for the Almighty. So he spoke powerfully. By disrupting the sacrifice, I was only doing you a favor. Anugrahnata, acting to show mercy to you. It was my intention to defeat your pride so that you become sober. I was not angry with you. So he's saying, because Indra was offering so many forgiveness, he said, I was not angry with you. I wanted to correct you. Krishna further explains to Indra that a man that is blinded by intoxication with the power and opulence cannot see me nearby with a rod of punishment in my hand. So I am there, I'm observing everyone. But this man who is blinded by pride, he cannot see me that I'm standing nearby. So if I desire his real welfare, so if I desire the real welfare of such a person, I drag him down from his materially fortunate position. So what do? I take away the wealth and other kinds of affluence from a person who becomes so intoxicated with pride of opulence. But in your case, you won't be able to tolerate that. Krishna is saying, if I take everything away from you, you won't be able to tolerate that. And that's why all I did is I disrupted the sacrifice that was meant for you. Indra, you may now go. Lord is instructing him now. Now you go execute your order and remain in your appointed position as the king of heaven, but you do that soberly without any ahankara. So he says, unto you signifies by all of you. It means not just Indra, but the other gods who were like Varuna and the other gods. Lord is instructing to all of them through Indra. But now Indra says, but where should I go? Since you are the Lord, even in heaven, where should I go now? So he did not expect that, Lord will give him his position. So to this possible objection, Lord says, Kriyatam, you execute your duty, remain in your duty where you were, but following my order. How would you do your duty? Soberly. Yuktehe. Don't get puffed up. Do that in a sober manner, devoid of false pride, meaning be free from egoism. Stamba varjitaye. Be free from egoism. So this favor was not the best possible blessing only because he was not qualified for anything better, given that he had not evoked his full satisfaction. Therefore, later, by not carrying out his respects, he will commit another offense. So Acharya says that although he was advised not to do, but he still committed another offense, which will be seen in the later episode in the theft of the Parijata flower. So yeah, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, in this connection, Krishna does not say that you will never have false pride in the future, because Krishna already knew this was going to happen. So Krishna did not give him this blessing that you will never have false pride in the future. And so it should be understood that his false pride is going to come back. He is going to reappear. So
so 1 minute, okay? 1 minute.
Yes, Prabhu.
So now all of you compare Brahmaji's prayer and Indra's prayer, okay? And determine who is really genuinely humble. Brahmaji did it with a different reason. He was not really proud or anything like that, okay? And Krishna was clearly much more merciful to Brahma than Indra. Remember that since we have very little time, I can't go in more detail, but compare and contrast Brahmaji versus Indra, okay? And the way Krishna forgave Brahmaji, and here he forgave Indra in a partial spirited way. Okay, Haribol, go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. So here, now we will start with the second theme of chapter 27, where we'll see where Mother Surbi comes along with Indra and they perform Abhishekam. Mother Surbi performs Abhishek to Lord Krishna with her own milk, and Indra performs Abhishekam with Ganges water, and they name him Govinda. So let us start with this last part of today's class. So Mother Surbi came along with a progeny, along with her
Mataji,
cows.
just read just Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's comments on the, okay? Because
Okay,
time
sure.
is very short now.
Yeah. So she comes along with her progeny and then she offers obeisances to Lord Krishna. Respectfully, she is requesting his attention. Like a gentle lady addresses Supreme Personality of Godhead who was present before her as a cowherd boy. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says the heavenly cows will be affectionately thought of the spiritual cows of Raja as her own offspring. She is thinking that these cows are my offspring, just like the Krishna is a Chandravanshi, so from the dynasty of the spiritual moon. So the material moon also thinks that Krishna is his offspring. Similarly, the Surbi cows also thinking like that these spiritual cows are my offspring. So Surbi, she comes along with the cows of Raja and she begs for Krishna's attention and offers the prayers. What does she says? O Krishna, greatest of the mystics. O soul, the origin of the universe, you are the master of the world, and by your grace, O infallible God, we have you as our master. Mother Surbi is feeling great ecstasy. So he's repeating, so she's repeating Krishna, Krishna. And she's saying that you are called the greatest of the yogis, you are Mahayogin, because you protected my offspring by lifting up the Govardhan hill with your mystic powers. We accept you as our master, because our actual master Indra, he tried to kill us, but you protected us instead. So now you are our master. So you are our worshipable deity, Daivyam. And therefore, O Lord of the universe, for the benefit of the cows, the brahmanas, the demigods, and all the other saintly persons, please become our Indra. So she is requesting Krishna to become their Indra. So she says, you are our Daivyam who gives supreme happiness to us. So though you have appeared in a family of cowherd men, you are the master of the universe. You are the Jagatpate. So you stopped the sacrifice of Indra and you easily defeated him. Therefore, you are qualified to be our Indra. So she is giving all the reasons why Krishna should be their Indra. So as ordered by Lord Brahma, we shall perform your bathing ceremony to coronate you as Indra. O soul of the universe, you descend to this world to relieve the burden of the earth. So now she is saying that, we have been ordered by Brahmaji to perform this Abhishek ceremony of you. So Shurvikau said that as you are our Indra, we shall now install you in the role of Indra with this Abhishek Shamaha. We shall perform this bathing ceremony of coronation for you. So Krishna is asking, by whose order do you want to do this, or is it just an independent desire? Surbi says that it has been ordered by Brahmaji. When Indra got afflicted with fear, he went to Brahma to explain everything about the Govardhan Lila. Brahma felt somehow fearful upon remembering what he had done, what offense he had done with you. So he gave me this order. He said, O Surbi, you are very dear to the Lord, the protector of all your relatives. So therefore, you should go to Krishna, who is the ocean of mercy. You get Indra forgiven for his offense and perform this Abhishek Shamaha. We shall perform this bathing ceremony of coronation and install you as the king, as the Indra of the cows. So you may ask, what is the benefit of an Abhishekam to you? She's giving the reason also for that. whose rarely attained lotus feet are served by Brahma and Shiva, who is the Indra, the king of the billions of universes. We want to do this for our purification. So we know your position. And because for our purification, we want to do this Abhishek. Although you are the invisible soul of the universe, you appear to relieve the burden of the earth. If you did not appear, how would we ever have become fortunate? Because of you, we have become fortunate. Allow us to perform this Abhisheka. Having thus, like this, she appealed to Lord Krishna. Surbi performed the bathing ceremony with her own milk, and Indra was hesitant earlier, so Indra was actually ordered and advised by Aditi and the other mothers of the demigods to do the Abhishek of the Lord with the heavenly Ganges water, with the trunk from the trunk of Airavata, so the elephant carrier of Indra. In the company of the demigods and the great sages, Indra coronated Lord Krishna, the descendant of Darshaha, and gave him the name Govinda. So after praying to Krishna to accept the post of Indra, Surbi bathed the Lord with her milk. Because Indra was embarrassed for what he has committed, he was reluctant to worship Krishna. However, after receiving the encouragement from Aditi and the other heavenly mothers, Indra felt authorized, and then he bathed Sri Krishna. So though Krishna had appeared in the Darshaha dynasty, because he had a greater desire to be a cowherd, they named him Govinda. Now, the meaning of Govinda has been so beautifully explained over here. Go means cows and Vinda means to protect. So the protector of the cows is Govinda. Go also means Swarga. So the other meaning of Govinda is one who enjoys the position of Indra. And Go means senses. So the person who protects or nourishes the devotees by attracting their senses. So Govinda is the protector of the cows. Govinda is the enjoyer of the heavens, and Govinda is the attractor of the senses of the devotees. So the celebration happens. Tumburu, Narada, and other Gandharvas, along with the Vidyadharas, the Siddhas, the Charanas, everybody came together to sing the glories of the Lord Hari, which will purify the entire world, and the wives of the demigods, filled with joy, and they danced together in the honor of the Lord. Here it is mentioned in that this great festival, which delighted the world, it occurred. It is mentioned in 3 verses, 24, 25, 26. They arrived there, that place, according to Varaha Purana, was Shakrakunda, and according to Skanda Purana is Govindakunda. So these 2 places are near Govardhan, and they are well known. Muda Anvitaha, filled with joy, is the adjective that modifies everyone, that is, everybody's filled with joy. This is the reason of the Abhisheka, that the Abhisheka turned out to be a great festival, because everybody was extremely joyful. So Tumbaru is mentioned first due to being better than Narada in singing, as per Linga Purana. So Narada is eternal associate of the Lord. He is the best of the associates, including Garuda among the Lord's avatars. The word Adi signifies Chitraratha and others. So the sense of Tumburu, the Gandharva named Tumburu, Narada, Narad Muni, Adhayaha, the other demigods who were at the front of the celestial beings. Hari's glories cleanses the faults of everyone. That is, the faults in the bhakti are removed. Such as the desire for impersonal liberation. So bhakti of Lord Hari kills the desire for impersonal liberation also. So the most eminent demigods, they chanted praises of the Lord, scattered wonderful, they showered the wonderful flowers all around him. The 3 worlds felt supremely satisfied. The cows drenched the surface of the earth with their milk. The rivers flowed with various kinds of tasty liquids. The trees exuded honey. Edible plants came to maturity without cultivation, and hills gave forth jewels formerly hidden in their interiors. So much was the effect of the celebration of glorification of the Lord. So the word here, Ketavaha, means the most eminent, Mukhya. The cows made the earth wet with their milk, payo dhrutum with their milk, and they saturated the earth with their milk. The rivers carried streams of milk and so on. Whatever was special in Vrindavan before this occurred all over the world at that time. So Parikshit Maharaj Sukdev Goswami says, O Parikshit, beloved of the Kuru dynasty, upon the ceremonial bathing of the Lord Krishna, all creatures, even those cruel by nature, they became entirely free from enmity. Now they don't feel enmity. After he had ceremonially bathed Lord Govinda, who was the master of the cows and the cowherd community, King Indra took Lord's permission and, surrounded by the demigods and other higher beings, returned to his heavenly abode. So not only were the qualities enhanced, the natural faults such as the inherent mutual enmity ceased to exist, Nirvairani, and mutual enemies like snakes and mongooses became friends when Krishna took birth. So still, Vrindavan was always like that. This completes the idea. This means that both Indra, although he was a big offender, and his polite behavior was accepted by the Lord, Indra consecrated himself, who was naturally Govinda as the king of the cows and the cowherd community, the Gokula Patim. Nanda, Yashoda, and others arrived at the place where, according to the Padma Purana. Then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, after Krishna's Abhisheka ceremony, all the living entities gave up their natural animosities and towards each other, and they became friends. So here ends the final part of Govardhan Lila. We saw in detail, as per the Acharya's commentaries, how each and every aspect was explained in great detail about Indra's pride, about how Lord deflated, how he performed the beautiful Leela, how he inaugurated the Govardhan Puja, how the puja was done, how the Brajvasis are so attached that they are unable to understand Krishna's supernatural powers, how they wanted to know about him, how Nanda Baba satisfies them, the prediction of Garga Muni, and the prayers of Indra's, how Surbi mother comes and they perform Abhisheka to Lord Krishna, and everything becomes joyful again, and even Krishna's Abhishekam becomes a festival in Vrindavan. So here ends the final part of Govardhan. So in the
Mataji,
next,
I cannot thank you enough. You did so wonderful job. You really pleased me very much. My
all your
faith
mercy,
and
Prabhu,
my confidence in you proven right. That I selected many of you. My selection was not misplaced.
all your
Look, the
mercy,
tears,
Prabhuji.
tears
Today's
flowing in my
lecture was
eyes. Tears my
very
eyes flowing is in glorification of you. You did such a wonderful job.
no, Prabhuji. Danvat Pranam, all Prabhupada's mercy, your mercy. I was very, very nervous. I was like, today I'm going to spoil it completely. It was a huge lesson. I've never done something like this
You did an
before.
amazing thing. 40
All your
slides. Did just in time. You know, everybody, please flow.
Yes, big
Yeah,
Hari Bol
Yes,
to
yes.
Samta
Wonderful.
Mataji.
Wonderful
yeah,
job,
Hari
Mataji.
Bol.
Thank
So
you
yeah,
so much.
Wonderful,
Haribol.
Mataji. Wonderful.
yeah.
Good.
You're listening very
keep
carefully,
it up,
Mataji.
Mata.
So
Ev-
amazing, so amazing.
Yeah, every word you have chosen very, very carefully, Mataji. It's really not at all easy. Haribol, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. I mean, Danvat Pranam to all
And
your
thank you,
blessings.
Prabhuji, for so wonderful, wonderful slide. Acharya's commentaries are so wonderful. Thank you, Prabhuji. Danvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, your job is just the most, I mean, I don't know how it's possible for you, but it is only through your slides that even if we are executing whatever you have asked us to do, it is only possible due to these. It is not possible to take
You, Archana
such
Mataji,
extensive.
Archana Mataji, you know, Sharad Prabhuji, they're adding the life to those words. Words have no life, right? You bring the life to it, Hare Krishna. I'm all my whatever little endeavors that I do is worth. You proved it. Hare Krishna. Now please feel free to ask questions. Prasad Prabhu, go ahead.
Hare
You are
Krishna
the
Prabhu.
first one.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandapranam. As everyone echoed, it is really wonderful session, Mataji. Few words about the session, Mataji, is like uh, you're going in a pace, okay, a very stable pace, Mataji. Okay, there is no ups and downs. There was a very such a stable state from starting to ending. It is not at all easy. Okay, and second point is the way you picked up the words, the right words. Okay, in a right mood. Okay, in the right tone. Okay, that was just amazing, Mataji. Okay, as Char Prabhu really mentioned. Um, Okay, you brought the live, okay, for the slides. Okay, whatever Prabhuji's heart is there in the slides. Okay, I have only one point, Mataji. Is like overall Nanda Maharaj is telling to all Brajavasis about when they are thinking that like is Krishna is supreme person of the Godhead. So he's confirming that he's not God, he is not supreme, but very occasionally he get the energy of Narayana or he get the power of Narayana. Okay, that is when it is really required. Even that is without intervention of Krishna, he gets that energy. Is that is what Nanda Maharaj is conveying. Is that correct, Mataji?
Nanda Baba is conveying to them that Garga Muni had predicted that this boy is not God, he is not Narayana, but he has the qualities of Narayana, that Shakti Avesha Avtara he is. That means he has the qualities, he is powerful. So he is not Narayana, but with the qualities of Narayana.
Garga Muni knew all these things, but he didn't want to disclose Krishna's divinity to the others. Their Vatsalya Prema would be compromised, So he did it in a very Chadma way. That's called Chadma way, means in a hidden way. He said it that way,
Oh, okay, Mataji. Understood, Prabhuji. So he has the qualities of Narayana. It means like he is like indirectly telling that
Because
he is
he had to,
incarnate of
Nanda
Narayana,
Baba
right?
had to explain to everyone it's a clearly super, not just superhuman, it's totally amazing thing that nobody can do it. It's very hard to convince people that Krishna is an ordinary boy, So he had to tell them in a way that they will accept it, So he, rather than putting his words, he said, "Now Garga Muni had told me that thing." So everybody will respect and honor what he said that, And I remember Brajvasis have this natural love. They're all ragatmika. Their very soul is devoted to Krishna. So even from within their own heart, they had a hard time because they loved him so much as their own boy, Everybody had different kind of relationship with him, So they were pleased that he is not God. He's like among us, and they could express that love for him. And Krishna had the same kind of feelings with them, each of them, So that is the what amazing thing is all about. That's why Brahma, everybody's praying that let they be born as even just a bush in the or like that, so that their dust could honor their heads. Later we'll see Uddhava also does the same thing, says the same thing. Krishna really loved them very much. He was never as happy as he was in Braja, even after when he moves to Mathura and Dwarka, he becomes the Dwarka Desha, full Aishwarya that he displays in Dwarka, in Mathura too, but Dwarka is the greatest. But the way he was so happy and natural feeling, that was only in Braja. Once he left Braja, he never played. Acharya said that he never played his flute. He gave up that playing the flute.
Hmm. Okay, Prabhu. Okay, Mataji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prasad Prabhu.
Thank you.
Since time is there, can I explain a little about this Narayana Sama, which is given in this verse?
Yeah, please, please, you go ahead.
What Gargamuni is saying, Krishna's transcendental qualities, opulence, fame, influence is exactly like Narayana. You should all raise this child very, very carefully and cautiously. Now, in this verse, the Narayana Sama is very, very significant. And Narayana has no equal. He is he cannot be equaled by anybody. No one can is equal to him, and no one is greater than him also. In Shastra it is given that Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudradi Daivata Samattaiva Bhikseta Sapasandi Bhavet Dhruvam. Anyone who equates Narayana even with great exalted demigods like Brahma and Indra, he is a pasandi. He is agonistic. No one can equal Narayana. Nonetheless, Gargamuni used the word sama means equal because he wanted to treat Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead and who had become Nanda Maharaj's son. Gargamuni wanted to impress upon the mind of Nanda Maharaj that your worshipable deity Narayana is so pleased with you that he has sent you a son who is almost equal to him in all qualifications. Therefore, you may designate your son with a similar name, such as Mukunda, Madhusudana. But you must always remember that whenever you want to do something very good, there will be many hindrances. Therefore, you should raise and protect this child with great care. If you can protect this child very cautiously, as Narayana always protects your child, it will be very, very good. And Gargamuni also indicated that although the child was exactly qualified like Narayana, he would enjoy more than Narayana as Rasa Vihari, the central enjoyer of the Rasa dance. And as stated in Brahma Samhita also, Lakshmi Sahasra Satasam Brahma Sebhyamanam. He would be served by many gopis who would be as good as the goddesses of fortune. So this is what is meant by Narayana Sama. That is, he is indirectly telling him that there is no difference between Narayana and Krishna. And the reason Prabhuji has already given you.
Yeah, Rajiv Prabhu, you want to ask it?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah, Dandavad Pranam, Prabhu. Prabhu, just a question, Yes, Nanda Baba already given the hints that he's an Narayana Sama, is a one occasion. And after the Govardhan lifting also, Rajavasis knows the powerfulness of this child. So still, they are not willing to accept him as a supreme personality of Godhead. Is it because of Yoga Maya's arrangement, Prabhu? If they accept him as a supreme personality of Godhead, that rasa won't be there.
Yogamaya is doing everything what Krishna desires,
Yes.
It's Satya Sankalpa Shakti,
Mm-hmm.
Yogamaya just reflects that. But later on, you will see that, when then Brajvasis request Nanda Baba, that they wanted to see the glimpse of Krishna's own abode, Krishna
Yes.
Loka,
Yes.
They request that Krishna, that means they were in a little tussle. Then they were convinced that he cannot be an ordinary child,
Right.
But at the same time, they have so much love for him. And remember the difficulty they face. Krishna was acting like a normal human child also.
Correct.
He was acting, cry, anger, all these things, stealing butter, all these things he was doing that. So those were the sweetness that none of his incarnations has that kind of sweetness. That is the original Krishna as he is, as he exists in Goloka. This particular Vrindavan is the exact replica. But here, Krishna does this kind of sweetness that is not there even that kind of Goloka also. So superiority lies in this planet, this particular Vrindavan, that little, what is the area is what about, Sharad Prabhu, what is the area of Vrindavan is very, very small, right? What is the area?
Gokula. Gokula.
Gokul.
Gokul, is that your saying?
Vrindavan city, Vrindavan town. It's a very small area, right? The whole,
Yes.
the Goloka is not Goloka.
Gokula.
The Gokula that's called. Actually, Gokula they left when Krishna was very young, remember?
Yes.
And they came to Vrindavan, you know.
Yes.
But whole that the village of Vrindavan, what is called, that is a very small, relatively very small, tiny place, you know.
Yes.
But so many wonderful things happening there because Krishna is there, and
Correct.
Krishna comes, and he is the one whose consort is the goddess of fortune. So whole the entire the great opulence when Krishna was there, it was all showering all around Vrindavan, you know. And
So sweet, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
As
Yes,
we
Prabhu.
will see in soon, next week onwards, we'll be starting this, Rasa Panchadhyayi. Many things what you've been hearing, you'll be hearing again, but from a kind of a different perspective. Everything is going to come to the fruition, the fruit of everything. Now, what you're seeing is just the beginning of all these things. In this Panchadhyay, lot of things that you will be hearing that you may or may not know about it. You know,
These Brajavasis, they were taken to Vaikuntha from Garuda Govinda, that place. And what happened? They were taken to Vaikuntha and not to Golok Vrindavana. And they saw Krishna sitting on a majestic throne. They wanted to touch him, but they were prevented by the attendants. That's why they did not like that place. They said, no, our Vrindavana is far better than this place. Let us go back. That's how they came back there. This story will also come up later.
Yes, Prabhu, in the Bhagavatam. Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Raju, you want to ask something more?
No, Prabhu. All good, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Radha Vinod Prabhu, you want to ask?
No, Prabhuji, I was just
let
listening.
Samta Mataji get an opportunity to respond, okay? Sharad Prabhuji, let you and I little bit keep quiet for a while. Samta Mataji should answer that, okay?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Dandat.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Samta Mataji, so wonderful class.
Thank you.
Yes.
तो ये लीला से हमें यही सीखना है कि भगवान को प्राइड जरा भी पसंद नहीं, तो भी मतलब एज ए साधका हमें भी बहुत ही अच्छे से लर्न करना है कि कभी भी कुछ भी हो जाए. कल राजीव प्रभु जी यही पूछ रहे थे कि सटल प्राइड भी आता है, मगर कितना जरूरी है कि ये हमें दूर कर सके, हमको दूर कर सकने में सक्षम हो सके. इट इज रियली नाइस.
हिंदी में कहते हैं निखालसता.
निखालसता
बहुत इनोसेंस. That is what भगवान कृष्ण को बहुत प्यारी है.
No, sir.
Not Brajvasis had that kind of nikhalas, you know, very straightforward.
मतलब प्रभु जी जो अंदर है वो बाहर है, वो जो बाहर है वो अंदर है.
Exactly, that's it.
हाँ.
So, not just Ahankar, Mataji, envy also. They say that these two vices, even if you have a tinge of it, you can come, nowhere nearby the Lord or his associates. Envy and Ahankara will always prevent us to, progress in the bhakti path.
यस माता जी. तो दूसरा भी एक पॉइंट ऐसा था माता जी कि जो एनवीएस मीन्स एक जहर जो लहर भरा हुआ है, जैसे कालिया दमन लीला में भी जो यमुना नदी में जो कितना जहर कालिया ने भरा कर दिया था, तो वो भगवान ने वो भी दमन करके उनका भी एनवीएसनेस निकाला. मगर अभी करंट सिचुएशन में ऐसा होता है कि जो इतनी सारी फैक्ट्री वाले जो नदियों को खराब करते हैं, तो उसके लिए बहुत बुरा लगता है कि वो यमुना नदी जो है, हमारी गंगा नदी जो है, इतनी पोल्यूटेड हो जाती है। तो उसके लिए भी कुछ हो सके तो सरकार करती नहीं है, मगर वो भी वन
Actually,
टाइप ऑफ
again,
जहर ही है ना?
again, it was mentioned that Krishna is time force, like he is the time. So with time, everything will happen. Like he will teach and punish the wrongdoers as time. So I think that is the answer for it. Am I right, Prabhuji?
Very good answer. Very good answer. The time Krishna punishes by time, as he is time himself. Kalos me.
But still then there is another aspect also. We see the material things, but still in that condition also, the pure devotees, how they see the Ganga and Yamuna now, they see clear water filled from the brim, filled to the brim, and the transcendental Yamuna, the transcendental Vrindavan, they see it. With our eyes we cannot see. Then as you see materially, all the complete 100% water of Yamuna, this is blocked at Hathani Kund in Haryana, and very little water comes. But let us see if somebody does something.
Hare Krishna, Samta Mataji, so you did wonderful. As everybody praised, and Charu Prabhu was so excited, so happy to see that, you know, he lived through, yeah,
Thank
through
you,
the
Prabhuji.
slide. So I have one question here. It's a mention that Surbi from a heavenly planet, and we know Surbi is on earth because they came along the cows. So are the Surbis also on heaven where Indra lives there in those planets? Surbi cows?
So it was mentioned that one is the spiritual Goloka and one the material Goloka. So Surbi cow, this one was not from the spiritual planet. This one
Yeah,
was from the material planet. So Indra went to the planet of Surbi to, there he was instructed by Lord Brahma to, go and seek forgiveness and go along with Surbi. So here it was like in this thing, it was very clearly mentioned that this particular Surbi cow was a mother of cows from the material loka, not from the spiritual loka.
Yeah, that I understand. That the question was there. So Surbi also exists in a material world or a heavenly planet, or Indra went there, right? So normal and
So are you
so
asking
that
is
just yeah.
Surbi from Swarga Loka? Are you asking that?
Yeah, Swargaloka, he goes and Indra brings that, right? The Surbi comes from this. As you said that you mentioned two things, right? It's Indra goes to the Surbi planet where all the cows are there, which is a part of the material world, right? And another cows that those were with Krishna here because the Surbi and could connect with that. So my understanding was not my understanding is that so Surbi also exists in material world. So that is the
Yeah, that's what
Surbi cows. Yeah.
she was from the material planet only,
Yeah.
not from the spiritual planet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But this
So that's
spiritual Vrindavan agent today, even the Surabhi cows are there. The tulasi trees, tulasi plants, they are like trees only. And I have heard stories from very authoritative sources. They are existing even now, but we cannot see them with our material eyes. And Surabhi cows, the description given is there as large as elephants. Those stories are there, and they are true stories and from the authoritative sources only.
तो प्रभु जी, कामधेनु काव जो है वो भी सुरभि, उनका नाम भी सुरभि है, कामधेनु काव कहते हैं।
Yes, yes, yes. That
ओके, वो सुरभि काव ही है ना प्रभु जी?
Yes, yes, it fulfills all the desires.
Okay, Prabhuji.
That's what she was asking, Prabhuji. Is Kamdhenu cow different from Surbi cow? That was a question, Prabhuji.
They're the same.
Okay.
Any other questions? So once again,
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you all. Dandavat
thank you.
pranam to all your mercy, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So let's conclude the class with Nashima prayer.
Prabhuji.
Mataji has got only one class next the week, day 1. Thereafter, Charu Prabhuji's
Prabhuji.
series of classes will start.
Yes, Prabhuji. And we'll be doing the verses, Prabhuji. We are planning to do all the 172 verses by
Oh, that'd be
15,
great. That'd
15
be great.
verses a day. Yeah. We are
It's
planning.
going to be a task. It's going to be a huge task.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
see.
segregate it, Prabhuji. Let's see.
But remember, but I'm going to need, it's just the task is enormous for me, you know. There are more
Prabhuji,
than
we will do
500
with a great pleasure.
500 pages of commentaries I have to squeeze in. So I cannot do it the way I've been doing so far, you know. It has to be done in a very innovative way, you know. So I'm just wondering how I'm going to do it. But when time comes, Krishna gives me that, and basically he does it everything. He literally dictates me.
Only not 500, it is 610
The
pages.
600 pages, but see, there the commentaries are given so many different acharyas, right?
Yes.
I just fix it only, Sridhar Swami Maharaj, Sanatana Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. I fixed only those, but even those itself, I calculated actually. I found out it's over 500 pages just for them, you know. And many pages are for just each verses carries so many pages, you know. It's just incredible. But the simplest way they put it is by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur.
Yes.
So my understanding, everything comes from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentaries, and that is what also I'm going to have to present it in a kind of bullet form or something like that, whatever that will occur at the time when I do this thing, you know. So I'm in the process of doing that, but I have to do a lot of reading material from my academic courses also. Over 1,000 pages I have to read every week. Every week I have to prepare 1,000 pages and to be able to make summaries and then present it in my class. And that's all going to be graded, you know. So, by the way, let me share with you something wonderful news. The most difficult is Sanskrit. I'm taking advanced Sanskrit. I got 96%. Very difficult. I'm telling you, very difficult.
Very Hari Bol, Prabhuji.
Bol.
No, no.
96%.
Very nice.
Got that.
Very nice, Prabhuji.
Very good.
Thank you.
Master.
Hari
So,
Bol.
there's all the mercy of all of you, you know. Hare Krishna. So, Nashima prayer now, please.
It is your hard work, Bhaiji. Your hard
Thank you,
work.
Mataji. Thank you, Benji.
Samta Mataji, you want to do? Or may I do?
She must be very tired now.
No,
Okay.
Mataji, if you, yeah, you can do Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadayine. Praladadayine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimha. Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Vahir Narsimha, Hridaye Narsimha, Vahir Narsimha, Hridaye Narsimha. Narasimhavadin Sharanam Prapade. Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakha. अद्भुत श्रृंगार, दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा, केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। जय हो नरसिंहदेव, 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 जय हो नरसिंहदेव, जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय गुरुदेव, 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की जय हो, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय हो, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो, सर्व डिवोटी की जय हो। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। धन्यवाद, प्रणाम टू ऑल डिवोटीज। कल भक्ति
Thank you.
सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर जी का अपीयरेंस डे है, उनके चरण कमलों में कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
हरि
Thank you.
बोल।
Thank you, प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hari Bol. Namaste.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you once again, Mataji,
Thank
for
you, Mataji.
wonderful
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mataji.
Wonderful session. Thank you very much. And thank you.
Thank
थैंक यू
Mataji.
समता माता जी, सरल प्रभु जी, चारू प्रभु जी,
Sarath Prabhuji,
सर्व
thank you.
डिवोटी।
Sir,
हरि बोल।
Thank you, चारू भाई जी, शरद प्रभु जी,
Thank you
दंडवत
very much.
प्रणाम।
Okay. Hare Krishna. Sharad Prabhuji, Sanjeev Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hari Bol.